I've had a number of students ask, okay, how do I predict products? So this video is going to go through how to predict products for a double replacement reaction. Now, the first thing really that has to be done is determine what kind of reaction it is. And this is a double replacement because you have two compounds. Now, I've specifically color-coded my compounds and the individual parts of each compound. So let's identify what we have. I'm going to use the white to kind of split things up and look at what we've got. In the calcium phosphate, I've got calcium, which is my cation, and I've got phosphate, which is my anion. And then with sodium hydroxide, my sodium is my cation, my hydroxide is my anion. With a double replacement, like replaces like. So the first thing I always do is I just take my two cations and I rewrite them on the product side. You'll notice that that 2 does not move. And likewise, this little 2 does not move. We'll get to that. I didn't finish my sodium here. There we go. So there's my calcium, there's my sodium. At this point, I'm going to trade the anions. So my hydroxide is going to go with my calcium. My phosphate is going to go with my sodium. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite those over here on the product side. Please note that 4 does move because phosphate is PO4. It's 1 phosphorus with 4 oxygens, so it has to move. Whereas on the left side, where I said does not move for the calcium and does not move for the 2 outside of the parentheses, that's because those numbers are there to balance each formula. My first step is always going to be 1, for double replacement, like replaces like. Step 2 is going to be balance each product formula. So my calcium, which was +2, my hydroxide, which was -1, that means I have to have Ca parentheses OH parentheses 2. My sodium with my phosphate, my sodium is still +1, my phosphate is -3, so that gives me Na3PO4. My last step is to balance the equation. And in looking at this equation, I have 3 calcium on the left, so I need 3 calcium on the right, at which point I now have 6 total hydroxide on the right. So on the product side, I have 6 hydroxide. So I need 6 hydroxide on the reactant side. Well, that means I now have 6 sodium on the reactant side, so I need 6 sodium on the product side. Now I can check. and I have 3 calcium on both sides. I have 2 phosphates on both sides. I have 6 sodiums on both sides, and I have 6 hydroxides on both sides. So again, to go through this, step 1, for a double replacement, like replaces like. I moved my cations and then swapped the anions. I then balanced each individual formula. Only until each formula is taken care of can I then balance the entire equation.